Okay, let's finish up the prefixes. Barton, level 5, lesson 10. This is the last lesson in level 5. We are finishing up, as I said, the prefixes. So I always start with a review. In, dis, non, and un all mean not, miss, sub, re, and pre. Got wrong, smaller or below, again, and before. All right, so let's get going on this word. We've got the word action, and we're going to talk about the prefix inter right here. Inter means between. So this would be an action between two people. So interaction. Lock, you can change this to interlocking. So like pieces that fit between each other in a puzzle are interlocking. They go between. Intersection, two roads that meet together. When you're between two roads, it would be an intersection. And then we're going to switch to mid. Mid means middle. So the middle of the week, Wednesday, middle of the brain, middle of the West, Minnesota. Although some people call that the upper Midwest too. So anyhow, all right. And then the last two are just a tiny bit more obscure, but pretty straightforward. Over. Over means over the top or too much. Okay. So overflow, over the top. I mean, I've technically, that would also mean too much. Overslept, you didn't go over the top, but you slept too much. Overpass, I always show people, like students, a picture of like the bridges when they're all stacked on top of each other, because some kids don't know what an overpass is. So overpass, going over the top. Overdraft, most kids don't know what an overdraft is. So we do take a second to talk about what happens when you pull too much money out of your account. So we've got mid meaning middle, inter meaning between, over meaning over the top, too much. And the last one is going to be a direction, mainly uphill. That is a direction. But there are times where it's not a direction. Upstairs, that's again a direction. Like upkeep means the same thing as keep up. So it's not a direction here. Uplifted, generally if you're talking about uplifting somebody's spirits, it would mean you lifted them up, right? So, up is a little bit more obscure. There are some words I don't, I think are a little challenging with that, like upsetting. It doesn't mean too much really, and it doesn't mean, or you can't move it behind the base word and say set up. It doesn't mean the same thing. And like it also doesn't mean a direction, right? So, okay. Oh boy, I don't think I got this prepped for you, but let's just take a look. You've got the regular old fluency drills, same thing as always. I would find your prefixes. The only thing that students sometimes have a hard time with on the fluency drills, oh, let's switch the screen, Lynn. There we go. Good job. Giving myself a pat on the back because I remember to do it. So when we're looking at the fluency drills, a word like interact, you have to be careful because sometimes students will just see the in and think that's the prefix. So we really want to encourage them to see inter as the prefix and not just in. So you might notice students like intermission trying to read it as intermission, and that's not what we want. We really want them to think of it as inter, like between, missions there. Okay, interlocking, right? So same thing, and then the very last one in this book, same thing, and great time to talk about vocabulary like we always say. So nothing really super fancy in here. So we can go ahead and I will do this with you since I didn't prep this beforehand. Sorry about that. Inter means between. Mid means middle. Over means over the top or too much. Up is a direction up. Dis meaning not. In meaning not. Un meaning not. Non meaning not. Miss meaning wrong, sub meaning smaller or below, re meaning again, and pre meaning before. A little wild one there. Create real words by drawing a line from the prefix in the first column to a base word in the second. So I think this is going to be mid-air. No. I think it's midday, actually. Interconnected. Over. Oh boy, overhang. I was thinking basketball overthrow. Upstanding. Oh, here's another mid-air. Okay. Interchange. Overthrow. And uproar. Okay, so I didn't see that there were two of them on each. So anyhow, there's that. And then let's go through this. This is going to be overacted. Interlocking. Upstretched. Overseeing. Midshipman. They might not know that one. Obviously, that's a Navy term. Intersection and uploading. Okay. So congratulations, your student has completed level 5, which is working on both prefixes and suffixes and all the rules that are associated with them. And they will be starting level 6. So level 6 is longer. We take a very deep dive. It's explicit. We go into all of the explicit things that you need to know for silent E. Final silent E. I do like calling it silent E and not magic E. We will talk about all the jobs that final silent E does. We will learn some new syllable types. Their spelling should improve tremendously. They will be exposed to many, not a lot of new spelling rules, but some pretty nuanced spelling rules. So it will be important for you to have all the stuff printed. So you need to make sure that you have the fluency drills printed, the extra practice pages printed, and the new rules printed as well, and ready to go for your student. They'll need their spell checker throughout this lesson or throughout this next level as well. So we can finally stop decorating our paper with silent E, and we can finally start learning what the jobs are and why it's there. So anyhow, that's a preview for level 6. See you next time.